Alright, today I'm doing brakes on a 2013 Subaru Impreza Sport Wagon. Non-turbo, and like every other Subaru, it's all-wheel drive. And my garage is a little bit of a mess. I already did the driver's side. And if you look at this rotor, these are all fingerprints, no big deal. But right here, you see that there's pitting. The whole rotor has pits everywhere, and all four rotors look like that. I think this car sat for a long time. It's got 250,000 miles on it, and it just needs some TLC. So in order to change the rotors, you have to take this bracket off, and to take that bracket off after you pull the caliper out, which anybody that knows how to work on cars or has ever changed brakes, common sense, you know how to take caliper off of any car. But these bolts right here, that bolt and this bolt down here, they were on there really good. I had to spray them with any kind of lubricant I had. I got some WD-40 right there. I had PB Blaster. I used all of it, so I had to get the WD-40 out, last resort. So the guy I'm doing this for, he says the car's making a noise. I drive it and you can hear the back rotors just, they're bad, you know. Now you look in there and you can see that rotor, it's just destroyed. And the other side's even worse. See, there's hardly any surface left on that. It's just all pitted and rusted. And these have the emergency brake as a set of drum brakes inside of the disc brake rotor. So just like adjusting a regular rear drum brake. Pretty simple. And then also have to do a radiator. You look down in there, you see that little bit of sludge right there. You know, it's typical cars this many miles, but you look in the reservoir, and that right there, it looks like somebody put a quart of oil in it that had a little bit of a green tint to it, but that's somebody fucked up. Excuse my language, but yeah. So now I got to figure out what happened with it. And if you look, you see there is wet spots down there from the radiator leaking. The temperature light was on, but there's no temperature gauge for some odd reason. Now these radiators, the old school ones, were a lot different, but these ones still have a aluminum core with a plastic tank, and this little seam right here, it's a pinch seam pretty much. They have a gasket underneath this tank, and when it pinches that seam down, it squeezes that gasket and seals it. Well, when it gets hot enough too many times, plastic over time, it'll either crack or expand. Then that gasket ruptures and it leaks. So that's the old radiator. Here is the new one. Brand new. It's $97 on Amazon. Yeah, not a bad deal. You can get them a lot cheaper, but they don't have any reviews, so you get it, it might blow out on you. I would recommend spending just a little bit more money. So that's what we're doing today. Now, there's all kinds of stuff on this thing that need to be touched up. Like this, missing a bolt. There's all kinds of stuff missing. The cover for that filter is missing. It's just dirty. It's got a lot of miles on it. It doesn't look like the person who had it before took care of it too much. There's that dent in the fender right there, and them scuffs all over that wheel. So somebody hit a curb really hard with this thing, or a pothole, and I think it busted some steel belts. So this thing vibrates at about 50 miles an hour. But we'll get it all fixed up, and I will come back with another video for when I start the back brakes, so I can show you what needs to be done to get those taken care of. It's pretty cut and dry, basic brake job. There's nothing special about it. Just need your typical tools. The caliper bolts were a 14 millimeter. This little bolt right here is a 14, and that's for the top and bottom guide pins for your caliper. The bolts for the caliper bracket were 17 millimeter, and the lug nut studs were 19 millimeter. So comment down below if you need any assistance. Basically, with brakes on just about any car, I can assist. I've been doing it since 1996. So if you have any questions, just ask. Thanks for watching.